Hello. Hello friends, welcome to another lesson. Today we are going to be looking at sound. What is sound and how is sound produced? Which part of our body recognizes sound and responds to sound? Sound can be produced by vibrating objects. So when an object is vibrated, it produces sound. For example, when the strings on the guitar is vibrated, they produce sounds, and when we listen to that sound, we call it music. So whenever objects are made to vibrate, they produce sound. Also, when the cymbal is hit with a stick, with a drumstick, it produces sound, and this sound is recognized by our ears. Sound travels in waveform. Just like light, sound also travels in waveform, and you can see a wave. That's a waveform of how sound travels. The only issue is that sound waves are slower than light waves. Light waves are quite faster than sound waves. Light waves are quite faster than sound waves. Now, sound can travel through solids. Solids have their molecules close to each other, and these help to transmit sound, because when one of the molecules begins to vibrate, it's easy to transmit that energy to the next molecule because they are close together. So sound travels through solids, and sound travels the fastest through solid objects. Sound travels the fastest through solid objects. Sound can also travel through liquids. Just like solid, sound can also travel through liquid medium like water, petrol, and other liquid medium. And just like solid, the molecules vibrating can move when vibrated to make other molecules vibrate. When sound goes through liquid, it's much slower than when it goes through solids, because the molecules are a little bit far away from each other. So sound also travels through liquids, but it's a little bit slower than when sound travels through solids. Now, sound can also travel through gases. Gases, for example, like air is a gas, and other gases around us. Sound can travel through gases, but sound traveling through gas is the slowest. Sound travels through gas, but it is slower than when it travels in solid or liquids. So sound can travel through solids, sound can travel through liquids, sound can also travel through gases, but it's the fastest when it travels through solid and quite the slowest when it travels through gases. So how do we hear? How can we recognize sounds? How do we hear? Whenever we hear a vibration, or whenever a vibration or a sound is made, the sound first of all is received by our outer ear, and our outer ear is the part of our ears we could see. The part of your ear you could see and touch. Our outer ear is the part of our ears we could see and we could touch. That's the first place sound is received, and that vibration that is received passes through the tube there and goes to the middle ear. The middle ear is where we have our eardrums. Just like the drums we know that is used to make music, the middle ear has an eardrum. This eardrum receives the vibration that was allowed to enter our ear through the outer ear. This vibration then passes through the middle ear that has the eardrum, and it goes down to the inner ear. The inner ear receives the vibration or sound from the middle ear and is then taken to the brain. Those signals are sent to the brain to interpret. So the brain now relates the signals, those sounds, to other parts or other memories you have. For example, the brain relates that sound you're hearing to what you're seeing. If you're hearing a sound and your eyes is looking at a car, you could say, oh, this is the horn of a car. Or if you're hearing a sound and you're seeing a drum set, your brain relates those information and say, okay, this is the sound of a drum set. So whenever the inner ear receives sound or vibrations from the middle ear, it sends it to the brain, and the brain interprets these signals and relates it to other senses, your eyes and other senses and other information it has to help you interpret what sound you're hearing. How can we protect our ears? How can we protect our ears? There are so many ways we could protect our ears to avoid hearing losses. Number one, you clean your ears regularly. As much as possible, you clean your ears regularly using the earbuds to clean your ears. Ensure your ears are clean and not clouded or filled with waxy oil. Ensure your ears are clean. Avoid noisy environments or loud sounds that can damage your hearing. Don't expose yourselves to noisy environments or loud sounds that can damage your hearing. So as much as possible, ensure that whatever environment you are has a normal sound in the environment, not a very noisy environment. Don't stay in noisy environment, maybe close to your generators for too long. So avoid noisy environments and loud sounds that can damage your hearing. Ensure you visit the ear physician for regular checkup. Don't neglect visiting the ear physician for regular checkup. So you tell your mom or your dad that you like to see the ear physician for a checkup to see the state of your ears. These are your activities. Answer them in your notebook. Read them carefully and write out the correct answer. And I'll see you in my next class. Bye.